We've all heard the saying, good things take time. But what if I told you that manifestation, real manifestation, is always instant? Not because the physical reality changes in a blink, but because the decision within you does. The moment your belief shifts, the moment your intention becomes clear, the energy around you begins to rearrange itself. You may not see the evidence right away, but the manifestation has already begun the moment you become it internally. Think about it. You don't wait to feel confident once you have the success. You start to act successful before the world reflects it back. That's because manifestation isn't about waiting. It's about alignment. In this video, we'll walk through the misunderstood process of manifestation from identity, belief, and frequency to show you how it actually works. We'll explore the instant nature of true energetic shifts and why most people miss their manifestation simply because they're watching the clock instead of their consciousness. Are you ready to stop chasing and start aligning? Let's begin. Manifestation doesn't begin when things start showing up. It begins the moment you shift your identity. Most people think manifestation is about forcing something to happen in the external world, visualizing harder, scripting longer, or trying to attract it like a magnet. But real manifestation isn't about getting something. It's about becoming someone, the version of you who already has the thing you desire. They think differently, they walk differently, they trust differently. The moment you decide internally, this is who I am now, the manifestation has already occurred. Not because the car is in your driveway, or the love of your life is on your doorstep, but because something inside you clicked. You stop hoping and start living like it's already yours. And the universe, it doesn't respond to begging, it responds to clarity. That's why manifestation is an instant. Not because the outcome appears in 1 second, but because the moment you choose it fully, the rest of your reality begins shifting to match your new state of being. Wanting something is not enough. Everyone wants, but very few people are actually ready for what they're asking for. That's where manifestation becomes misunderstood. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe you're worthy of, what you feel aligned with, what you already carry within your emotional frequency. So the real question isn't, how can I make this happen? It's, am I being the version of me who naturally receives this? Let's say you want love, but you walk around closed off, guarded, and bitter from the past. The frequency you're broadcasting says, I don't trust love. And guess what? The universe listens to that version of you. When you shift into someone who radiates love, who believes love is possible again, who gives freely without fear, you become a match for the very thing you desire. And that shift, it can happen in an instant. The delay people feel isn't a delay in manifestation. It's a delay in alignment. We've been conditioned to believe that everything must take time. Success, years, healing, decades, manifestation, patience. But here's the truth. Time is just a buffer between your inner shift and your outer result. When people say it takes time, what they're really saying is, I haven't aligned yet. It's not the thing that takes time. It's us. We take time to trust, to let go, to stop doubting, to stop checking if it's working. But manifestation, in its purest form, is timeless. It operates outside of the clock because the universe doesn't speak in seconds or hours. It speaks in energy. Think about it. You've had moments where something happened out of nowhere. An opportunity, a person, a breakthrough. That wasn't random. That was a direct response to an inner decision or emotional shift you made. You stopped waiting and you started embodying. The problem is, when we don't see physical results fast enough, we assume it's not working. So we go back to doubt, back to worrying, back to the old self, unaware that we just interrupted a process that had already started. What if, instead, you trusted that the moment you aligned, the rest was inevitable? Here's a concept that might change the way you see everything. Manifestation doesn't create something new. It confirms what already exists in you. That dream job, that fulfilling relationship, that healed version of you, it's already real on the energetic level. It's already living inside your imagination, your emotions, your internal frequency. So manifestation isn't you building something from scratch. It's the world reflecting back what's already true for you. That's why some people manifest with ease. They don't make things happen. They allow what's already aligned to surface. It's also why resistance is so powerful. When we say, "Why hasn't it happened yet?" we're declaring it doesn't exist. We're separating ourselves from it with our doubt. But when we say, "It's already mine, I'm just walking toward it," we're giving the universe permission to catch up with our conviction. Your job isn't to force, it's to confirm, to feel it, act it, live it, until life reflects back the truth you decided on. Wanting something deeply isn't the issue. In fact, desire is sacred. It's the whisper of the soul telling you, there's more, there's beauty waiting. But manifestation doesn't respond to the loudness of your what. It responds to the energy behind it, and desperation. It screams lack. We often confuse desperation with intensity. We think that wanting something with all our might will make it arrive faster. But the truth, desperation is rooted in the belief that you're incomplete without the thing. It comes from fear, not trust. When you beg, when you chase, when you obsess, you're telling the universe, "I don't have it yet, I'm not enough yet." And the universe, ever faithful to your beliefs, mirrors that right back. True manifestation happens when you release the grip, when you hold the desire like a soft flame in your hand, grateful for its warmth, not terrified of losing it. You must remember, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Here's where most people miss it. You don't get what you dream about, you get what you align with. Think of it like tuning a radio. The music is already playing, but unless you're tuned to the exact frequency, you'll never hear it. When you ask the universe for something more, money, love, peace, you have to become the kind of person who would naturally receive that thing. Not out of pretense, not out of fake it till you make it energy, but out of true identity transformation. You want abundance? Start thinking, spending, giving, and behaving like someone who believes they're already abundant. You want deep love? Cultivate self-respect, self-trust, and emotional maturity first. You want peace? Make your decisions from calm, not chaos. You can't stay the same and expect a different life. Manifestation is not just about envisioning something new. It's about becoming someone new. It's identity work, soul work, alignment work. And when you become a match, you won't have to chase anymore. The life you're longing for will begin to chase you. This is the part no one talks about enough: the quiet, uncertain gap between your intention and its manifestation. It's where doubt creeps in, where your mind begins to whisper, maybe it's not working, maybe it's not meant for me. But this silence, it's not emptiness, it's incubation. Just like a seed buried in soil isn't visible, but is very much alive. So is your manifestation, growing beneath the surface. And yet, this is the part where most people give up. They sabotage their alignment because they can't see evidence fast enough. They start to affirm the absence instead of trusting the presence of what's becoming. The truth is, silence tests your trust. Can you hold the vision when there's no proof? Can you remain aligned, not just when it's easy but when it's quiet? If you can breathe through the silence, if you can thank the universe even in the waiting room, that's when you move from a manifester to a true co-creator. Because trust, real trust, isn't just believing when you receive, it's believing long before. Let's talk about surrender, because people often misunderstand it. Letting go is not the same as giving up. Giving up says, it's never going to happen. Letting go says, I know it's already done. I don't need to obsess anymore. There's a power in release that control will never give you. When you release attachment, you shift from force to flow. You begin to act, speak, and carry yourself as someone who knows. It's like ordering a meal at a restaurant. You don't run to the kitchen every 3 minutes asking the chef if they got it right. You sit, you sip your drink, and you trust it's being prepared. Letting go is about energetic detachment, not emotional disinterest. It means, I want this, and I welcome it, but I'm whole either way. And that's when things begin to shift. Because the universe meets calm confidence with acceleration. So instead of asking, why hasn't it happened yet? Begin to affirm, it's on its way, and I'm already grateful. Manifestation isn't just a mental exercise. It's not only about writing affirmations or scripting in your journal. It's about becoming. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you're asking for love, be love. If you're asking for abundance, stop operating from a mindset of lack. If you're asking for peace, stop fueling internal wars with your self-talk. This chapter of life requires you to shift from a passive dreamer to an embodied version of your desires. You cannot hope for confidence and speak like someone who doubts. You cannot desire freedom and keep choosing fear. When you walk into a room as if it's already yours, when you speak with the dignity of someone who trusts their path, when you no longer chase but attract, that's when your energy changes, and so does the world around you. This is the core principle echoed in Neville Goddard's teachings. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In other words, feel now what you're asking to feel later, because your future doesn't start tomorrow. It starts the moment you decide to be it now. Life is always showing you what you believe, the people you attract, the opportunities you miss or grab, the patterns you repeat. They're all mirrors, not punishments, not rewards, just reflections. If you constantly attract unavailable people, maybe it's not the world that's broken. Maybe there's something in you that doesn't fully believe you're worthy of consistency. If your goals always feel just out of reach, maybe your internal dialogue is wired to think you always have to chase. This isn't to shame, it's to awaken. Your outer world is a projection of your inner state, which means the most powerful way to change your life is to change your relationship with yourself. When you shift your beliefs, the mirror shifts too. Start expecting good things, not with desperate hope, but with quiet certainty. Start speaking kindly to yourself, not just in public, but in the lonely, tired hours. Because once you change the lens you see the world through, the world reflects a different version right back at you. So many people misunderstand faith. They think it's about sitting still and hoping, but real faith isn't passive. It's a decision you make every single day. Faith says, even though I can't see it, I know it's coming. It's waking up and choosing to believe in the unseen, to act in alignment with a vision that hasn't fully unfolded yet. It's saying yes when logic tells you no. It's showing up even when the evidence isn't there yet. Faith is uncomfortable. It'll stretch your heart. It'll ask you to speak victory in moments of loss, to walk forward when your legs tremble with doubt. But this is the birthplace of instant manifestation, because it is in the now, in the exact moment you decide to believe deeply and unapologetically, that the universe begins to reorient itself to meet your energy. As Paulo Coelho wrote in The Alchemist, and when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. But it doesn't start out there. It starts in you with a decision so real that the universe has no choice but to mirror it. There is a sacred power in acting as if. It's not pretending, it's aligning. When you act as if your desires have already happened, you begin to synchronize your life with that outcome. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have or faking a life you're not living. It means carrying yourself with the mindset of someone who already knows their worth, who already knows abundance is their birthright, who already feels the joy they're asking to receive. You want to be a speaker. Speak every day, even if no one listens. You want to be loved. Love generously, even when it's quiet. You want to be wealthy. Make decisions rooted in long-term value, not short-term fear. Living as if sends a message to your subconscious. This is who I am now. And your subconscious doesn't argue. It simply responds. You become the very thing you've been chasing. This is the core of Joe Dispenza's work, rewiring your mind and body to feel the future now, to live from a reality that hasn't yet materialized physically, but is already formed energetically. And when you do this consistently, manifestation is no longer something you wait for. It's something you live in. We've been conditioned to believe that more effort equals more results. And while hard work has its place, manifestation doesn't thrive on effort alone. It thrives on alignment. Alignment means your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your beliefs are on the same page. It means you're not working against yourself. You're not saying, "I believe I deserve love," but then settling for situations that drain your soul. You're not claiming abundance, but living every day in fear of lack. When you're in alignment, your energy becomes magnetic. People feel it. Opportunities notice. Life flows. It's like tuning a radio. The music is always broadcasting, but unless you're on the right frequency, you won't hear it. When you shift inwardly, the outside world adjusts. This is why manifestation is instant in energetic terms, because the moment you're fully aligned, you become the match to what you're asking for. As Abraham Hicks puts it, you are not manifesting, you are creating the environment that allows the manifestation. This is a reminder. Sometimes it's not about doing more, but becoming more congruent with who you truly are. Here's the ultimate irony about manifestation. It's never really about getting the thing. It's about who you become in the process. You think you're waiting for the job, the person, the moment, but the truth is, those things are already in motion. What's really happening is that you're growing into the version of you who can hold the blessing you've asked for. The dream isn't delayed. You're being shaped for it, because without the internal foundation, even the right thing can crumble. You're not waiting, you're becoming. And when that shift happens, when your nervous system, your mindset, your identity is caught up, the thing appears instantly, seamlessly, as if it had always been there. This isn't magic, it's alignment in motion. So breathe, trust, keep walking, because the moment you realize you already are the person who deserves it, is the same moment the universe delivers it. Here's the truth most people miss. Manifestation isn't about controlling reality. It's about becoming so in tune with your inner world that the outer world has no choice but to reflect your wholeness back to you. You don't need to beg the universe. You don't need to prove your worthiness. You already are worthy, right now, in this moment, fully. The timing, the how, the way it arrives, that's not your job. Your job is to align, to trust, to embody the version of you who doesn't chase, but attracts. As Eckhart Tolle reminds us, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. You want your dreams to show up, then show up first for yourself. Live as if it's already yours, not in delusion but in faith, because your energy is a declaration, not a whisper. Stop doubting, start believing, not because it's easy, but because it's yours. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone out there is silently battling with doubt, and your share might be the spark they've been praying for. Subscribe to Innerverse for more videos like this, real, honest, and soul-stirring conversations. And drop a comment. What are you manifesting right now? And what would it mean to truly believe it's already yours? Let's grow together, because the universe responds to hearts that dare to feel before they see.